Welcome back, everyone. This video is about API creation. Next.js comes with the power to create API server. API creation follows a similar mechanism like the one with page components that we talked about in part A. To create API routes, we have to put them inside the API folder. Let's create a file, and each file is for one route. And just like the page component, we'll be using the file name as the route matching pattern. Now inside a file, all we need to do is to export a function. Different from page components get server-side props callback, we have an additional REST parameter in here. This is similar to Express.js. Let's use the items object to get some data. This is the mock data access object that we created in part A. And we can use the REST object to send the result back to the client. This function will be used to handle the corresponding API request of a route. So if we go to the items path in the browser, it will get handled by our new function. Make sure that the path is prefixed with API. If we want a dynamic route with an ID parameter, we can use the brackets again. And then we can access this ID parameter from the request object. The front-end React app can access this API using conventional fetching technique. We're just going to use useState and useEffect to demonstrate a fetch to our API server. First, remove the props from the server side. Create a state for our items in the client side using a hook. Then apply useEffect to fetch from the API route. Unpack the promise. And finally, set the state with the response data. But this fetch will be run on the client side. So what if we want this fetch to run on the server side inside the get server side props callback? Let's put this props back. This gets a little complicated. This callback and the API are both on the server. There's no HTTP between them. We should not use a fetch to get data within the same server. The standard solution is to extract the content of the route handler to a separate function. Let's call it action, and we're exporting it. The action function is used in the route handler, and it can also be used in the page component. Import is action function. And now we can just call the action, and we're getting back the same data that we would get through the API route. So even though we're technically still not calling the API endpoint, but this trick is allowing us to reuse at least some part of the API code. That's it for our introduction to Next.js. If you want to learn more about server-side rendering and API creation with Next, you can check out the official documentations. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.